Hello, world, and let's talk live.
Now, let's get ready. You are Talkin Live with Lamar Bearden.
Welcome back to Talkin Live. I just had to force myself to do a show today because it's sleepy weather, man. It's raining out there. It's been raining for days. I mean, it's just putting everybody to sleep. Even Punk can't even sell his dog beds. He don't even feel like advertising. Right off, I like for you to see Pumpkin's dog beds. Now, he's got his logo on it, so the first one he sold was to a cat. It was to a cat. The first bed he sold. Now, there's other sizes, smaller or larger, and he is selling those, and everybody loves them. So, Jeff, you just run that little. Hey, here we go, Pumpkin's new bed. See his logo on? And I'll tell you what, everybody's gone crazy over it. How soft it is. Real soft. Holy. Yeah, they're real soft. He loves it. I got some cats. I even give them a couple ones. I got 2 cats. I give them one. And so we'd like for you to help Pumpkin get off a welfare check so he could, and he wants to sell some of his beds so he can get off of welfare. That's just a joke, you know. But over the weekend, I get bored in the weekend. I have vacations. I have my employees take off. Of course, I pay them their time off. The ones been with me a while, and I'm the type of person I just don't get no satisfaction. There's as Mick Jagger sung that song, I can't get no. Because my mind runs 90 miles an hour all the time about business or something like that. And I try to control it, but it's probably impossible. The ideas I get is a sin as far as not a sin in a way that it's a sin to people or against God. But what I'm saying is, my thoughts discontinue all the time. I have the ideas. I've seen so many things, been so many places. I've seen opportunities to make money, but there's only one thing about that. You got to be able to really go after it big time. You just can't go after something and stop in the middle. You got to keep on going. And over the weekend, I thought about this. I got an email about this man was walking his dog, and this sick person, I've been trying to find a video to play, comes up and stabs his dog to death while he's walking his dog. And then I got another text with an email with this sick prick spraying the fruit in a grocery store on TikTok. And you tell me this world ain't going crazy? You can't tell me that. And I like to do my shows. I talked to my engineer, and I told him earlier before the show, it don't matter. I mean, there's a limit, but it don't matter what it costs. We'd like to be able to speak these shows in different languages. We have people in Russia that watch us, India, and we'd like to have closed caption and translations for other people that watch our show. And maybe, of course, some of them when they watch it, but see, it takes some good technology to be able to do that. So I'd like to do that for people. In Russia, I would say this to Putin. I would say, look, You know that all these people are getting killed. You know all of these people that are dying in Ukraine and Russia is more value than a piece of land. Their lives are more valuable. And you know there's a God, Putin, because I've heard you say that. I've heard you admit that there was a God. And you have to answer for all those souls that die in wars. You know, they talk about this war criminal. They want to get Netanyahu for being a war criminal. When it comes right down to it, all the leaders of the world are war criminals when it comes down to killing children, innocent people. They're all war criminals. When you do it just for a piece of land, or just because you want the power, or you want control, you in China, Korea, wherever you are, North Korea, South Korea, you're a war criminal when you start a war and you desire to kill innocent people. It ain't the soldiers dying over in Ukraine. It ain't just the Russians dying over in Russia. It's people dying, innocent people that had never done nothing to deserve what's going on. I am not afraid to talk to you no matter where you're from. I am not afraid to stand up to you and tell you, whether it's Donald Trump, Biden, or whoever it may be, innocent blood is being shed today because of greed, because of people that want power. Innocent blood. Now, we have leaders of different countries that think they're doing the right thing. But we are to all protect ourselves from our enemies. Now, I'm not saying that we ain't supposed to do that, but our enemies are just as guilty as any of the ones that are not guilty. When you start something, I mean, every day, drones hitting Ukraine hitting Russia. People are dying, innocent people. Children are suffering. Gaza, Israel, all these countries that are at war right now. Innocent blood because your greed, your hate, and you want that power. When you die, you ain't got nothing, buddy. All you got is a judgment seat to stand before God, and you're going to answer for what you do. Now, I have a atheist person that wants to do a show with me. If he don't cancel, he's welcome. He's got a right to believe what he wants to. But experience is what I have had. I've been sick and thought I was going to die, and God healed me. So I don't have to see God. I don't have to see all these things that people look for. I read the book, and the book gave me the knowledge and the spirit to believe in what I read. I didn't read it like a novel. I didn't read it like it's a story. I read it because it was a spiritual thing that was sent to me to keep me out of hell. And I read it, and I believe it. I don't understand it all, but every day that you read that Bible, you will come closer to God and know, and God will give you the meaning. But you got to believe, you got to reach out for it. It ain't going to be forced on you. If we don't get healed, if we get sick, we don't get healed. That's God's will, not ours. If there was no hope in this world except a fine mansion, a Rolls Royce, like these preachers do, their hope, their goal is a Rolls Royce. Their hope is a fancy home, a jets, and this stuff like that. That's their hope. I mean, and when people in the world see that, they lose their desire to know about God. They do. Because if they look at Jenny Weaver or Kenneth Copeland or all these big, great evangelists that puts on their show, did you know that Jenny Weaver has a clinic you can go and get cast out, the devil cast out of you? That's what I got a email, and allegedly that's what she's doing. They're going to like a doctor's clinic to get free of the demons in them. Well, I'm going to tell you something. You're just going to another demon and strengthening that demon in you when you go and you believe that rotten, ungodly, unholy thing. And you that are out there in America, this is America. God chose this country to make it a great country because we was a country that worshiped God and feared God. But that's not no more. And our days here are so many. You're a movie star, who you are, you're rich, you're famous, I'm not, I mean, people can believe anything they want to. That's their freedom. But my experience is I've seen too much for somebody to tell me anything different. I've experienced too much with God to anybody tell me. This is not toward our guest coming up Thursday. I'm not saying this toward him. I'm just saying it's me. What I've experienced and what I have accepted. Billy Graham, great man of God, great evangelist. He said, I believe it all, but I don't understand it all. But Paul said we receive it in part. These countries are living their lives. People are going before God in judgment, and people are suffering in this world today. Even, the way the situation is in America, the cost of living, even the animals suffer because power, glory of men they think they have glory, but they don't. You don't have no glory. You only have what God lets you have. And you're a purpose in life. Every one of us has a purpose in life. And our purpose is by God's will, not ours. Here comes a commercial.
Tune into The Frugal Gourmet, the timeless culinary classic that brings elegance to your table without breaking the bank. Jeff Smith, the original master of budget-friendly cooking, shares recipes, tips, and a whole lot of heart. From savory suppers to decadent desserts, you'll learn how to create meals that taste gourmet without the gourmet price tag. Now airing weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Timeless Classics TV. Don't miss your chance to rediscover the art of frugal yet fabulous cooking.
One of the many benefits of working with us is that we will work with you on contract and sell assets for you at a percentage depending on the product. Asset brokerage will sell it on site and send someone to inspect it, move it, whatever you need for when your assets are approved for purchase. All items will be picked up after the money has been wired to the customer. Also, we are now purchasing solar equipment or recycling the products obtained from them. These are just some of the many ways we can help. Contact us online, by email, or by phone for your free quote today with no obligation. Go ahead, call today.
In our town, great ideas start at Village Print Shop. For over 39 years, Village Print Shop has been the trusted print partner for local businesses and life's biggest moments. Need business cards? Signs? Wedding invitations? We've got you covered fast, local, and done right the first time. We're not just printers, we're partners. With personal service, quick turnaround, and decades of trust. Village Print Shop. Your vision, our print. Right here in the heart of Fort O.
In a world where every dollar counts, why pay full price when you can get more for less at Surplus Products for You? We connect buyers with a wide range of consumer goods and commercial surplus inventory. Whether you're looking for discounted electronics, office supplies, home goods, hosiery, or industrial equipment, our platform offers a diverse selection at competitive prices. Our user-friendly website makes it easy to find what you need, secure your payments, and get shipping straight to your door. We ensure a seamless shopping experience. New products are added daily, so there's always something new to discover. You can shop with confidence knowing you're getting value for your money. Join us at surplusproductsforyou.com and explore a world of surplus treasures today.
Back in that, I hope you can see this hat. It's a golf hat. It's really cool on your head if you're out in the sun. It's got little vents in the top of it. It's not a cheap made. It's 100% cotton. And so that's just one of the items that's going to be on our website when we get everything together. We're bringing in stuff from different countries. Like Taiwan, we have a perfume that's going to be coming in. The fragrance are recovered from the flowers that grow in Taiwan. It's mountains. So that's going to be something. We also have jogging clothes coming in. We're going to have ladies' wear. We're going to have all kinds of, it's just taking time to put it together. Quality. It'll all be quality, won't be nothing last a day or two, or we want it to last you for years until the style changes anyway. So we also have sunglasses. The best you could buy. These are going to be UV 400, so that's the top of the line, and we're going to have those coming in. They're going to run anywhere from $100, or maybe we might have some for $50, but we have quality, and it'll have our logo on, and all our items will be trademarks. And everybody will know where to come from. When you buy one, you'll have a contact number on the tags to email us to, anything you want to order. So we're just working on it. It takes time to do all this. And I am very disappointed in what I'm seeing within the Trump administration, but I'm not disappointed in some of the ideas. I love the ideas. I think Donald Trump, President Trump, should not boast on what he's going to do. Just do it. I don't want to listen to something that he can't do. I mean, you cannot change the mind of somebody that's set their mind to doing something. You can't. Putin, he would look bad if he withdraw, but there is a way for him to withdraw with having been respected by quitting what he's doing. And I know Ukraine is not no little angels, but they are innocent people on both sides. There's no necessary, a piece of land is not worth nothing compared to a person's life. I mean, we defend our country, But Ukraine has been separated from the Soviet Union and become a nation, and I think it should be left alone, not try to bring it back into the Soviet Union, and work with what you already got. Work with what you got, what country you got. You know, I'm not no leader of any country, but I know how to negotiate. I've negotiated a lot of deals. Toshiba, AT&T, Lucent Technologies, DuPont. I negotiated. And I negotiated a lot of companies, big corporations. I've negotiated and pleased them and made a good deal. And it can be done now. It can be done with Ukraine and Russia. It can be done with the Gaza and Israel. It can be done, but it has to be from both sides. Now, Iran hates America and Israel so much. And there's probably never going to be a negotiation. Never. You know, when people talk about peace, and I think about what the Bible says, when they say peace and safety, then comes sudden destruction. And that's the way it works. This world has been in wars forever and ever. The Jews and the Muslims and all these different countries always have to have something going on all the time. They negotiate. But in this day, you can't count on promises. I've had real famous people promise me to come on this show and guarantee it and never come on. And I can tell who. One of them is one y'all probably don't like that much anyway, so, but anyway, I ain't bringing his name up. But there's been a lot. Truth breakers that don't do what they say. In some cases, that was, guest was supposed to come to the show. Things happened that I don't blame them at all for why they didn't show up. It wasn't on my part, it wasn't on their part, but it was an issue because of cancellation. And I don't hold nothing against them on that account. But others that say that, you know, you make a deal, you make a deal. You keep your word. That's what keeps things going, really. If you keep your word, it's more than riches. Your word is your life. People that don't keep their word and do the things they say they're going to do, they're nowhere. And nobody has confidence. I know people right now that has businesses, one that has broken his word and over, and he never will be back up again. I know one that had millions and millions of dollars, and he lost it all because his word wasn't worth 2 cents. And this is a fact. I work with people that with multi-million dollars. Billionaire. I got one billionaire I work with. And your word is the most important thing. If you do it, that's the main thing. In some cases, if something comes up beyond your control, that's different. But just to tell you one thing, do another, that's not the way you do business. That's not the way you settle a war. It's not the way you settle a disagreement. It's a way to show people you tried and you did what you said, people don't try no more. And I just can't get over this thing. My daughter, I told her about how people do, and she said, well, that ain't, basically like that can't happen. Well, it happened. Anybody that runs into you, you never know in this day and time what kind of sick, evil, unmerciful thing they're thinking. Now, what does it take? What kind of animal? I don't even want to take a human being and compare it with an animal, because animals have more respect for humans than humans have for one another. What kind of man does it take to start a war and kill all these people? What kind of man does it take to go in the grocery store and spray poison on them? What kind of person does it take to see an innocent animal or anything and to abuse it? Now, in China, they throw dogs in hot water and boil them alive. That's a cruel, evil thing to do. But that's their culture. Japan, not necessarily Japan, but South Korea, Vietnam, a lot of these countries, they do that. Indonesia. But what kind of person does it take to do that? Would you want to be that kind of person when you go before God? Would you want to stand before God?
The views and opinions expressed on all Talkin Live Show presentations are those of the host and their guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of the Talkin Live TV broadcast studio, EPB Fiber Optics, or by this network or its management.